Sunshine has been lacking in the forecast recently. Southeast Minnesota and North Iowa have been shrouded in cloud cover for the past few days. But have you ever wondered how these ominous-looking pillows of water vapor form? I'll explain in this week's Ask Away. Well, welcome back to this week's Ask Away, and it is from our very own Annalise Johnson. She wants to know, how does a cloud form? It goes into a little bit of meteorological science here, so let's go ahead and talk about it. We'll be looking first at why clouds form and what weather systems form those clouds. So first we'll talk about high pressure. This system is typically associated with sinking air of the atmosphere. The air is coming from up above down towards the surface. So this prevents any storm or cloud development. That's why on high pressure days we have the sunshine, and it's very beautiful as you step outside. On the flip side of that is low pressure. Warm, moist air is rising from the surface up in towards the atmosphere, and when it does that, it allows for clouds to form, and that's when you start to get some rain, you can get snow, you can get thunderstorms. Low pressure systems are those systems that produce a lot of clouds and allow us to see all kinds of precipitation. So now that we have talked about those two systems, let's talk about the atmospheric column as we go from the surface up to the upper levels of our atmosphere, say about 10 to 20,000 feet. So let's start out by taking a 3D cross-section of our whole entire atmosphere here. We'll start out with temperatures. How this oriented graph works is called a skew-T log P diagram. On the right side of this diagram, on the x-axis, that's where we have those higher values. On the left side is the lower values, and up and down the y-axis is altitude. Temperature is the red line, dew point is the green line. When they come close together and basically match each other's values, right at that point in the layer of the atmosphere, that is where a cloud will form. Now, when those two values are relatively close together or even equal to each other, all the way up in towards the atmosphere for a decent amount, that's what we call the cloud layer. So this yellow line is where the clouds will be situated in the atmosphere, producing all that precipitation on low pressure days. And then above the cloud layer is where we get the dry air, those temperatures and the dew points finally start to separate, and there are no clouds there. So that's basically how a cloud forms. It's when the temperature and the dew point temperature are rather close together or pretty much equal. Thanks for the question, Annalise. If anyone else has any questions about weather or science, please send them in to weather@kimt.com, and I'll be answering more questions over the next few weeks.